leadership. Welcome back. I'm excited to have you here with me again today. And I know we talked last time about practices and getting ourselves kind of grounded and connected to our own inner leader. What's important about that, if you remember from that last video, is that when we are connected to that inner leader, when we have kind of like this baseline, we are actually throughout the day living more in purpose, being aligned with our values. And when sort of upsets happen, when chaos happens, as it has been doing a lot over the last year or so, having these practices already in place on a daily basis helps us recover quickly, more effectively, and more on purpose and in alignment with who we are as human beings. So that's kind of why it's important to have practices in place, daily practices. This video actually is coming as a follow-up because some folks have responded back and we've talked a little bit about what kind of practices. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about what practices I do and have done in the past, and so what some of my clients do and some other folks, and talk a little bit about intentionality. And then of course I want to issue you a challenge. So some of the practices that I currently do, I have some mindfulness practices. I know that's a buzzword in the industry. One of my mindfulness practices is actually meditation, which can be as simple as breath, just breathing and just consciously bringing my attention to my breath. And data shows that when this happens, it slows down my brain waves. And when my brain waves slow down, there's a higher connection to what's called theta and theta brain waves. And in this state, what comes through the work, or when I do decide to execute, it's much more productive, it's much more effective, and the quality and the creativity is much more powerful. So mindfulness, breath, those are simple things. Also, some things that you can try or may already be doing is going to the gym. I've recently, in the last couple of months, taken up going to work out every single day to just get myself started and kick off my day. Journaling is always a good one. If that doesn't work for you, you might do some reading, whatever inspires you. And what I would encourage you to do is practice these mindfulness, these practices, these habits. Let's just call them habits. Practice these habits and just notice. Notice in the bigger arc. It's not like I did a practice just today and then nothing changed. I really want to challenge you to practice for a week. Take up one practice for a week, and just notice how you are afterward, how you are throughout the day, and then don't get attached. Don't get attached to whatever the practice is. If it doesn't work, great, move on. If it works, great. It might just work for a while. I know for myself that I've had many practices, many habits that I've switched out and changed up based on what's working for me in the moment. So just bring that intentionality to it. I'm going to take this up for a short time. I'm just going to notice, and utilize this as a tool to just get connected to my own inherent leadership. So that's my challenge to you. I'd love to hear back from you. Thanks for joining, and look for new content in the future. Take care.